Okay, pilots, a little 4th of July dedication video to show what the freedom and liberty and justice of this country has provided me. And the Lord blessed me with a lot of things too. So my future plans, pilots, is right here. I'm gonna have a 16 by 24, or maybe a little bigger, 16 by 30 something, whenever I can get built here in this little area. And that's gonna be my new hangar. That's in the future, I'm hoping. So let's see. Here's my hangar tour. FMS A10 Warthog. H. Butte. Top flat C-47. I gotta get back to work on that. I was waiting on some glow plug wire extensions so I could. If you'll notice, this engine here is awful close to the fuselage when you got it together, and it's kind of tough to get back up in there and warm that plug. So I'm gonna run wires off the plug down through here, and I might have it coming out up here somewhere, or I might run it all the way up into the cockpit and have it on the cockpit somewhere. But that's what I'm working on. I got to move some servos around so my paratrooper tunnel can fit all through and everything's gonna work right, if my plans go right. But the living room's got the FMS Avante and FMS Viper. Viper's in blue. That one's cool. I got Pilot Ryan and Captain Bobby in the cockpit. And the Russians are coming after him, I tell you, the Russians are coming after him. We got the Russian birds. And then we got the British. B-A-E Hawk. I'll get it out in a minute. That's a free wing, 70mm. Arrows, F-86 Sabre. Arctec, MiG-15. And I got a E-flat FJ2 Fury coming. That same scale as these two. We'll do some paint work on them. Free wing F-14. Jolly Rogers scheme. Free wing Su-35. Thrust vectoring. Fly fans MiG-25. LX model PACFA Su-57 with vector thrust. E-flat timber. Got her ready to go after my little treetop crash. Valiant, E-flat Valiant. the Fly Zone Cub. Now that's the plus there. Arrows Bigfoot. And we got Rock Hobby Falcon. I got the cockpit off, got FPV cameras I'm installing. The Dynam Beaver with bush wheels on it. I'm hitting planes on my head. And then we got a Durafly TL2000. And I've got a camera mounted in it too where you can look around. Alright, we got the Fly Zone 190. FW190. All in one piece. Because I hadn't flown it. But it's nice, I like it. Flightline FW190. I like the 190. This is the 152. TA-152 from Flightline. 1400mm wingspan. FMS Stuka with a droppable bomb and 37mm cannons. And then European theater scheme. And I'm getting another Stuka, and it's going to be in a desert scheme. And we got a top RC FW190 D model, because it's got a longer wingspan, 1200mm. I put that drop tank on it. Then we got the Dynam 262, 70mm, twin 70mm. $1,500mm wingspan. Then we got a Dynam BF 109 G model. Has round wing tips on it. I put this drop tank on it. That's actually a E-flite P47 drop tank. Number 7. And then I got, the square wing tip E model ME 109 with the desert scheme. It's going to be similar to my Stuka. I got the E-flite P51D Blondie. I added LEDs. And then I got the E-flite June Night P51D. I added LEDs. The Dynam P51D. I painted it silver, put the Bud Anderson scheme on FMS L4 Scout plane. This was their Swedish scheme plane they got right now up for sale. E-flite P-39. I done a little paint work on it. Put a little extras on it here and there. .1200mm. And we got the E-flite P-38 Lightning, 1600mm wingspan with droppable bombs. I hadn't put my upgraded landing gear on it yet. Then we got an LX model B-25 with crew, Norton bomb sight, machine guns, pilots, turret gunners, side gunners, tail gunners, droppable bombs, bomb bay opens from the factory, big 3-bladed props, big motors, 2000mm wingspan. Then we got a Dynam P-47 Thunderbolt. Note the round bubble canopy up there. 1200mm wingspan. Painted it green. It usually comes in silver, but I painted it green because I got a silver E-flite P-47 Razorback. Comes with bombs, ordnance, drop tank. Then I got a Durafly P-40 Flying Tiger. I put lights on it. It has a droppable bomb from the factory. Alright, that's the living room. Now, I got to go into my hobby room here. First off, we're gonna go with the British Sea Fury Flightline 1200mm wingspan. I got magnets on the drop tanks here that stick to it, but I got to leave Moss the door shut. We got the E-flite Spitfire Mark 24 with 5-bladed prop. Beautiful bird. Then we have Mark 9 Flatline Spitfire. I gotta clean these planes. I've got the ones in the living room done, but I'm gonna use this weekend here and I'll see if I can get some of these things wiped off. Then we got the Hurricane, Dynam Hurricane. .1270mm, I believe, was the wingspan on this one. Then we got a Dynam Typhoon Note the round wing tips. The Dynam Typhoon. And then we got the Dynam. Note the square wing tips. Tempest. And we got a big E-flat EC 1500 cargo plane. Has a cargo door that open up, has a servo on it, fixed landing gear, and I've added a few extras. I've made mine into a gunship. Yep, get to aim my guns in the right direction here. But that's cool. And we got the Durafly Navy Centennial 1100 millimeter Trojan. Yes, the T-28 Trojan. Now this one has an air brake on it. Now here's your air brake. That's a cool plane. I like that scheme. And this is an Arrows 1100 millimeter Air Force Trojan. And then I have 11 Hobby 1100 millimeter Trojan. I've flown this one a couple times. I've had to put some gear in. I've flown Arrows one time, even had to put some rear gear in it too. I kind of come down hard on these tricycle gear planes for some reason. I gotta work on that. And then I got an 11 Hobbies yellow 1100 millimeter Trojan. Got that off eBay. Can't believe I found that plane. Alright, now this is a Blitzworks 1100 millimeter Jolly Rogers Trojan. Available at Banana Hobbies. Done a little detail work on it. I think I painted it, the pilot's helmet yellow, and done some work on it. Put lights in it. Now, my signature plane, the B-2 bomber, LX model 1600 millimeter, droppable bombs. I've done a little work to it. I've put new tires on it. They're LX model tires, just don't do it. They slide all over the place. We got a little bit better ground control now. LX model F-22 with a single 70 millimeter. But I've put a 6S system in it. Yeah, so that one should roll pretty good. Little Predator spy plane, Shadow Ops. The F-100 from LX, F-117 from LX. All right, Jet Tech Don. Man, I was flying this plane here in my trainer test, and he gave me the controls, but he didn't tell me that he didn't have the gyro on. And I made the first turn. He told me to turn, so I made the first turn. As soon as I made that turn, I felt it. You know, I knew what it was. But I stayed with it, you know, because heck, I gotta learn. But then he told me to start doing a figure 8 there in front of us, and that kind of done me in. Yeah, that done me in. And then he looks at me and says, you didn't have the gyro on? I said, no, I didn't turn it on. You handed it to me when it was off. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, that was my fault then. I said, no, it's okay. I'll be keen, made 100 of them. I'll get some more. But I got the gear looking pretty good. It kind of got bent. My wing mount here, it didn't actually break from the wing. It broke from the fuselage. It come loose from the fuselage there, so I've had to glue that back together. It looks good. The strut on this side got a little bent. You can tell it's still got a little bow in it. But that's all right. She'll fly again. Got my wooden prop ordered. And then I've got my FPV pilot from Just Enough RC with full movement and motion in my F-16 cockpit. This is the original cockpit. This is another one I got with a clear canopy. And it's gonna go in my free wing F-16 Viper. Yeah, I got F-16 80mm ordnance on it that my friend Nate gave me, and it's gonna be a FPV pilot in that one. And I got a B-25 pilots. I got a FMS B-25, and this plane's up for sale. This plane's up for sale. I'm gonna sell it for $350, and that includes shipping. Ain't a mark on it. It says 3S. Put 3S in it only, because you put a 4S in this thing, you're gonna burn something up, and them motors might take off with you. It's got a full crew, pilots, gunners, bomber, turret gunners, side gunners, tail gunner. Got LED lights, the whole 9 yards. $350, shipping included. And it'll be all together when you get it, because I can't take it apart. It could be yours. And then I got a E-Flat 850mm pits that I won from Dave's RC. Come see us, Dave. Come on, man. We miss you, brother. And there's all my floats for my float planes that I can put on. I got some ships. I got the USS Wasp aircraft carrier assault, amphibious assault aircraft carrier. That's the Missouri battleship back there in the back. This is the Russian aircraft carrier with the ramp on the nose there. And then back behind it is the Bismarck. Now you can get them ships at Motion RC, I believe now, pilots. I believe you can get them. And they're not really expensive. There's my USS Enterprise. Ain't it cool? Okay. And then I've got a nice little Jeep here. JJRC 1/10 scale Jeep. And then I've got a project going on that most have seen the videos on. But there's my FMS 70mm F-18 Blue Angel. Waiting on the decals. Okay, pilots, let's go to the next room. All right, on the floor, we got a LX model MiG-29 with ejectable pilot, thrust vectoring, and a stop chute that pops out the rear there. I got an FPV camera in it. So when the pilot ejects, it's all self-enter. The camera's gonna work as he's coming down. I tell you, that's gonna be fun. And then we got the E-flite SU-30. And I done a little paint work to that when I took them stripes off. I got extra ordnance. I can put a drop tank on mine. All right, over in the corner, we got a free wing F-15 right on the SU-36. I do a little detail paint work to it, pilots. I kind of paint missiles different color, you know. I put extra radar guided sparrows on there. Done a little extra work on mine. Put more decals on it than what you usually get. All right, we got a Worlds models SU-27. It's sold as a, what is it, JB-11 Japanese, not Japanese, but JB-11 Chinese fighter jet on Graves RC. But it looks so similar to an SU-27, pilot, so I turned mine into a 27. I put extra ordnance on it. You got to get that ordnance. And I put beefier SU-35, free wing SU-35 landing gear on it. And then I've got a free wing F-35. Yep. Free wing F-35. It's got a lot of detail to it, pilots, a lot of detail to it. I didn't really do nothing to this jet except put LEDs in it. Then I got a Hobby Lobby F5 Freedom Fighter. Now pilots, I'm not down in the company or nothing, but it had real bad pitted foam. The fan's weak. I'm gonna have to change that fan out, put a FMS fan in it. I put ordnance and LEDs in it. I dressed her up, but I just gotta put a little power in her. Free wing MiG-21. That's an 80mm EDF in that one, pilots. That thing will fly. I got ordnance. I got the ordnance from a Yak 130, free wing Yak 130, put on it. All right, we got our free wing F4 Phantom. F4 Phantom. Now that's a 6-sail setup with a 90mm fan. $90mm fan. I painted the missiles. Now when I put missiles on one, pilots, I take the original ones off usually, and I order a set that goes to the free wing F-14, and I use those missiles. But I also bought a set of ordnance from the free wing A10 Warthog. And got them bombs. And I took the plastic gun off the front of the nose there, and I made me a Gatling gun. You can't hardly see it because of the light. But I put that Gatling gun out of there, and I also got sparrows mounted to the bottom of it. The pilot's just got some nice landing gear on this jet. Nice landing gear on this jet. Built like a tank. I'd put this gear on anything if it fit. Detailed cockpit already from the factory. That's a beautiful jet, pilots. If you ain't got one, you ought to get you one. They come in gray also. All right, up top. Jeff in Lower Alabama sold me his Durafly Cub Navy spotter. I done a little extra work to it, put some Bush tires on it. Got me wooden prop, some antenna details, LEDs. Oh yeah. And I got a Dynam Catalina in all blue, painted all blue. Added details, guns, bombs, rocket launchers. Oh yeah. My Dynam F6F Hellcat with folding wings. There she is. Yep. I hope we can get us another Dynam dealer in the United States. Get parts. Got my 11 Hobby F8F Bearcat. 11 Hobby. Arrows made one similar to this, but they stopped making it, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get parts for this one ever, if I ever fly it and crash it. Then I got a unique F4U Corsair. Look at that sexy bird. Just look at that. It just screams, I'll kill you. Look at that big old prop. All right, we got the LX model. F4U Corsair with mechanical folding wings. Now, this is the 1200 millimeter bird. I'm trying to get around these jets here. Watch the camera jerk when I'm stepping. But it's got all kind of extras. It already had LEDs, the folding wings, canopy opens. Big prop. LX model. LX model F4F Wildcat. 1200 millimeter wingspan. I put lights in it. That landing gear, pilots, is awesome. It's just scale as it can be, folds right up in there. And this plane does fly good. It does fly good. All right. Now I'm gonna come up this way. We're gonna look at the FMS F7F. Just look at this engine. This thing is huge, 1700 millimeters. I'm just gonna try to span the camera. I really can't see what's going on. I got droppable bombs on it. Drop tank, it doesn't drop off. I don't have it, it's not droppable. But this gear is just awesome. Awesome gear. Awesome gear. It's built like a tank. Look at that. Look at that reinforcement bar there. And here we go on top. I put 2 pilots of mine. This is my bomber series. This is the bomber edition. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, pilots, now we're gonna look at my Japanese planes. I got an FMS 1100 millimeter Zero, painted white, added LEDs, drop tank. It originally comes with a bomb, but I turned one into a drop tank on my white one. And then I got a bomb on my green one. Same model, FMS 1100 millimeter. But this is original green, comes from the factory. And then I got a Fly Zone Oscar. I took a Fly Zone Zero, cut the canopy down shorter, made the vertical more sharp. Put a 4-blade on it. Originally comes with a 3-blade. It comes originally with a droppable bomb. Let me get turned around here without stepping on something. Now I can head on one, stepping on the other one. Okay, now I'm turned around. Dynam. It's actually a Dynam Hurricane. And I turned it into a Japanese Tony. The fuselage is similar in shape. Just had to make a few little changes. Made my radiator intake kind of big and square like on a Tony. All right, this is my FMS 1400 millimeter Zero. And I've turned it into a Kate torpedo bomber with a droppable torpedo. Yep. Got a 3-member crew, pilot, bomber, gunner. And then I got a Fly Zone Zero that I've turned into a Judy level bomber. With droppable bombs, all 3 of them fall. Dadgummit. I knew I'd do it. Let me see if I broke it. The MLX models, if you look at it wrong, they'll snap. Nope, at least my servo give. Okay. I got to get around this way. I'm looking all in circles here. My Fly Zone Zero that I turned into a Val dive bomber. It has a droppable bomb. Fixed landing gear, where I took FMS, took a landing gear and turned it into a Val landing gear. Those bombs don't drop on the wings. They come on and off. All right, pilots, there's my hangar tour. I handmade that aircraft carrier there. So I put all my 1/48 scale planes on. That's how big a Catalina was to our fighters. And I even got a lower deck on it. It's got planes in it too. British planes was on another shelf. I've been moving things around a little bit, so I got to put them back up. There's my elevator. Dauntless Dive Bombers, Wildcats, Bearcats. And then I got my island. It's got the jets on it. Some ships. And down at the bottom of it's a glass covered with models underneath it. And then I got my D-Day tribute. They're getting ready. Got my Russian jets is on these shelves. I wish they'd make a MiG-3 pilots. That's a beautiful airplane right there. And I got the bombers. World War II, couple jets there. Sabre, Super Sabre. B-1 Thunderbirds. And the other ones here. Got the Hustler. Our first jet-powered nuclear missile. I got our few tanks from the Korean, Vietnam. And then I got World War II here. I think I got a Patton in there somewhere too. And you get over here in the German stuff. I get in the planes. They're just all everywhere pots. I got them everywhere. 262s over there. Horton. 229, I think it is 229. Then it goes in the Japanese. Just years, past years, since I was a kid. Just find one somewhere new. Something I didn't have. Well, there's my tribute to July 4th. Thank you all servicemen and women who has won us freedom for over 200 years. I'm out.